I thought it might be good just to run through how to apply for your Bali visa, because you still need to apply for one at the moment if you're traveling there. And also most people don't know or are aware that you also have to pay a tourist tax and also do a health declaration or arrival card a few days before you depart for Bali. So I thought I might just run through those three things pretty quickly and just give you a quick demo on where you should go and what websites you need to visit. So if we jump across to the website, so the first website is the Bali visa website. So you can do this at evisa.imigrasi.go.id. I'll pop all the links in the comments for the replay. So this is the official website. I wouldn't really apply, I wouldn't recommend applying through anywhere else, just because this is the official one, and it's likely that even if you do apply through other websites that do give you a legitimate visa, you'll probably end up paying more. So once you've visited this page, you just click apply, and then you'll select the country that you're from or the region. So we're coming from Australia. And then the purpose for most people, I mean, you'll have to go through and just check, but we're visiting as a tourist or a visitor. So it's just general, family or social. And then you can click the drop down and there's the option for tourism and a family visit. And then you click the drop down. So the B1 is the most common and also the cheapest. This one I think gives you 30 days to remain in Indonesia. If you needed something a little bit longer, there's also the 60-day option. That's double the price. And then if you are planning to visit more regularly, then there's a 1, 2 or 5 year tourist visa with multiple entries. But for most people, the 30-day will be enough, the visa on arrival. So if we click on that, and this just gives you a bit of a description. So you're visiting certain places for recreation, personal development or studying. So this is really the holiday one. So you can check here what you can do and what you need to comply with and what documents you need. So the visa is valid actually for 90 days. So you can stay up to 30 days and then extend for another 30. I'd say you'd have to pay for this, but the cost is 500,000 rupiah, which, as I said, is somewhere between 40 and 50 Australian dollars at the moment. So if we click apply, and then here, you just need to use your passport. So you can upload a copy of your passport. And I'm just going to upload this one. I'm just using a demo passport. This is a specimen one, so I'm not actually going to obviously submit this, but just so I can show you the process. So you upload it there, and then it shows you what it's found on the passport. So just check that all those details are correct, and they are. So we're going to click OK, and then we're just going to upload our photo as well. And click next. So the only option is to pay by credit card. You can double check here that it's a tourism visa, it's a B1 visa, and it's for 30 days. You'll just have to fill in a few other things here. So this is actually already pre-filled based on a demo that I did earlier. So you can pop in your place of birth. This should match your passport. So we'll pop in Sydney there. And then you can also pop in your mobile number. Again, just check that all these details are correct against your passport. And then you'll choose a type of accommodation of where you're staying. So the last time I went, I stayed at the 66 Resort in Seminyak. And once you pre-fill your postal code, it actually fills in the rest of these details for you automatically. So you also need to upload your return ticket. So just upload a copy of your itinerary. And if we do that, and then just fill in your email address. So then if we click next, and then it's got here, you've got to just go through and tick check that you've checked each thing to make sure that it's correct. And if it's not, then you'll just have to go back and change it. But once you've checked all those details, and then you can click I understand, and then you can save and basically go ahead and submit. It will ask you for your credit card details, and you'll make a payment, and then you'll have to wait usually a few days for the visa to come through. The processing times do vary, and through the year sometimes there are times when they're not processing visas. So it is good to get onto this as soon as you know what your plans are. And yeah, I'd say basically as soon as you've booked your flights, you can jump on, well, your flights and your accommodation, because you need to know where you're staying. But you can jump on and do your visa, and then that way it's all sort of processed and you'll have it back in time for your travel. So the next one we'll do is our tourist, the tourist levy. This one is a tourist tax. It's quite easy. So this one, again, I'll put the link in the description afterwards, but this is lovebali.baliprov.go.id. You've got here, you can choose different currencies. For some reason, this wasn't working for me before. It's still not working now. So it's only giving me the option for US dollars. But you can try that and see if it will translate for you. There's a number of different currencies there. So you can do it for just a single person or a group. So I'm just doing it as a single, but you basically just click pay the tourist levy. You can choose your option here on the left side. So, I mean, the first one is pre-selected, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. So you can leave that there, and then you'll just enter your details as per your passport. So if we just put in Jane Citizen again, and then the email address was jane@citizen.com, and then your passport number, and the country that issued the passport, or sorry, the country that the country that your passport is from, and then your arrival date. So we might just say that we're arriving on the 10th. So you can verify, and then you hit submit, and then you'll be prompted to put in your bank detail or your credit card details. This one's pretty instant, so you'll get it back, I think it's almost immediately. So you'll have like a PDF that you need to print off and or have on your phone. I always prefer to print things off just so then I've got it if my phone dies or whatever. But yeah, you can keep this on your phone, and then there's like a QR code that you need to scan when you're at the airport, as part of the processing when you're entering Indonesia. So last of all, we'll jump back into the screen share and we'll go to the arrival card. So this is the health declaration, an arrival card. So you need to do this, I think you can do it up to a maximum of 3 days before you arrive. So you can do it 1, 2, or 3 days before you arrive into Indonesia. I've filled this in earlier so we wouldn't have to sit here and do it again, but so you basically just enter in the country that your passport's from, and then your full name will be Jane Citizen. This will include any middle names, so just do it as per your passport. And then you want to do your date of birth, the country or place of birth. You can choose your gender, your passport number, and your expiry date for your passport. And then you pop in your phone number and your email address. You can also add additional travelers. So if you click add traveler, you can add, your partner or your friend or whoever you're traveling with. I'm just going to do the one in this example, so we can click the little rubbish bin icon there and just click next. So you can choose your arrival date, as I said. So it's got the 7th, which was yesterday, the 8th, which is today, the 9th and the 10th. So you can only do it a couple of days in advance. So we'll choose the 10th, and then the departure date. Technically it should be matching whatever you've put on your visa or within your visa conditions. But if we say we're arriving on the 10th, maybe we'll stay for a week. That will be the 17th. Do you already have a visa or stay permit? So yes, I do. And then you can put in the visa number here. So that will be available on the email once you receive your visa. That's why I said it's probably best if you apply for your visa as soon as you can. And then that way you'll have all the documents ready to be able to do your arrival card. So if you click next, and we'll just wait for that to load. Oops, something went wrong. Thinking about it. Okay, so then you go on to step 3 along the top here. This is the mode of transportation and address of where you're staying. So again, I've pre-filled all of this in earlier, but you can select if you're arriving by air or sea, and you can select the different types of the purpose of your travel. So for most people watching this, that would be holiday, sightseeing and leisure. You can put your port of entry, so this will have all the different ports in Indonesia. I've chosen DPS for Denpasar, and we're arriving by commercial flight, or there's the option for government or charter. You can choose your airline, so if we just choose Qantas, and then you can put in your flight number. So when you choose Qantas, the QF defaults automatically and you just have to enter the number of 45 or whatever your flight number is. As far as the address in Indonesia, again, you can choose residential, hotel or others, and I chose a 66, which then pre-fills the nearest immigration office. So then you just click next again, and then you've got a health declaration. So you just need to run through each of these questions and answer truthfully. So if you've got any symptoms of fever, cough, runny nose, etc., yes or no, and then whether you visited any other countries prior to Indonesia within the last 21 days. And then are you bringing in any animals, fish, plants and or processed products related to those items, yes or no. And then the number of bags that you're taking into Indonesia, and if you need to declare any of the goods that you're carrying to customs. And then once you've done all of that, then you can hit submit. So that one shouldn't require a payment. So once that goes through, you'll receive a confirmation as well. And yeah, basically you'll have that ready to enter Indonesia as well. So that was basically the run through of the visa, the tourist tax, and the arrival card applications. So I hope you found that helpful.